First responders declared a major victory in Lansing today as House Republicans abandoned efforts to reform retiree health care in the lame duck session. But it still faces contentious discussions in the new year as many local governments face possible bankruptcy due to high health care costs. But Local 4's Guy Gordon joins us now from Lansing. And Guy, this sounded more like a massive protest that became quite the victory rally.
It really did, Rhonda. Make no mistake, these first responders were very angry about this, blindsided by it in the lame duck session. These first responders in many cases gave up wage increases to make sure that their health care was fully funded. We know skyrocketing health care costs have really thrown a wrench into the gears on that. But take a look at this rally. They were here to protest that. They were anticipating a big hearing coming up this morning and perhaps a vote on this. A few House Republicans were trying to ram this through in just 10 days. These union members and rank and file, hundreds and hundreds of rank and file came out and said that would be reckless. And then in the 11th hour, they were told that these House Republicans were backing off, giving them a partial victory and a seat at the table in the next session of the legislature. Take a listen.
I fear it's going to be done irresponsibly, and there's going to be a lot of unintended consequences.
Now, here are the proposals going forward. This is what that was proposed in this package of bills. Retiree health care would no longer be negotiable in collective bargaining. New hires wouldn't get traditional coverage. Instead, 2% of their base pay would go into a retirement health savings account. And for current workers and retirees, and this was a big one, this included widows, surviving spouses, municipalities would pay only 80% of premiums. That meant for some of them, they would see a dramatic increase in what they had to pay.
Many municipalities across Michigan are facing financial bankruptcy in the next couple years, and we want to ensure that these police and fire are taken care of. So what's the best solution for that? That'll be determined by when we come in next session and allow for a more deliberative process.
Now, whether this package of bills that they were discussing will carry over in total into the next session, highly unlikely. We should see significant revisions, significant rewriting once the unions have a place at the table. We'll watch what happens there, but in the meantime, this very cranky group turned into a very satisfied group as they were headed home, many of them to Southeast Michigan. We're live in Lansing. I'm Guy Gordon, Local 4. Rhonda, back to you.
Well, quite the turnaround, but it still seems like these supporters of the reform had kind of an abrupt change. Was there something going on behind the scenes there?
You know, there always is in Lansing, Rhonda. Yes, indeed. I mean, there was very clear indications that there were significant defections from House Republicans and Senate Republicans. The message was sent from the Senate. This is DOA once it gets here, and that meant that the House was going to have to go back to the drawing board anyway.
All right. Well, we will continue to follow what happens. Guy, thank you.